Yo, what's happening, bulls? Let's go. Let's do it. We're on. We good? Where's the picture? Picture's good. Can you see me? Yo, 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 yo. The title is accurate. The market is trying to top. Let's have a little look. We'll look at some charts together. We got a bit to cover, but we'll keep it relatively quick, and we'll keep it TA based. Just turned $500 into $10,000. If you're in the blockchain bulls, you would have seen that. It's one of the better trades of this year for sure. You know, it's a 20x. It was a 19x. So you can work out the numbers, but it was pretty much 500 to 10k. Fully closed it now. Solana long got in at about 158. Added a bit. Average entry was 166, and then average exit was like 240. About 10 grand. So, you know, hey, look, I'm not going to turn my nose at 10 grand. 10 grand's 10 grand. That's a good time. That's a small vehicle. That's a small vehicle for an elderly family member. That's what I'm saying. What now? So we got that. And another thing is, like, a lot of people. So I've been on about this Solana trade for fucking weeks and weeks and months even, and because not many people got on it in the group. Now, just, things happen. Like, for example, most people get on the trades that don't work out. That's sort of a collective luck. It's sort of like with the market. It's sort of like the market bottoms. You put in a bunch of longs. The longs pay really, really good, and then finally, towards the end of the little cycle, the longs sort of finish paying, and then you just like throw in one last Hail Mary long, and that's the one after everybody's seen all of you gaining and winning longs. That's the last one. Everyone jumps on that last one, and that's, the last one's destined to fail because the last one is the last one before it turns around. 1 second, just going to turn the fan on. All right. So what are we doing about the next trade? So we've got an XRP long on. A few people got in that. We put that in the blockchain bulls. Put that in the blockchain bulls premium. But obviously I've got a spare 10k just sitting in the account now. So let's look for some trades. I've got a Bitcoin long on as well. My brother's managing that, so he can work out when to TP on that one. But let's have a little look at the market. Let's get updated. So let's just flick through together. Let's just have a little look. I'm just going to click on some charts. We're going to go through them. We'll go through Bitcoin. We'll go through the big ones. But first, I just want to have a little look at gold. I just wanted to see how gold's going. Gold's making all-time highs. Look at that. Where's our prediction lines that we drew months ago? No, that's Bitcoin. Where's gold? This is the 30-minute chart, changing it to the daily chart. There you go. Look at that. Holy. If you've been watching these streams, you literally have been around since here, because that's how we drew it. Otherwise, I would have drawn it on it, right? So let's get rid of this newer one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Technical analysis works. It's foretold in the tree leaves. The tea leaves. Alright, what's the stock market doing? Holy fuck. Huge. It's gapping up. Alright, stock market's going to top soon. That's insane. Look at the gap up. Bitcoin's going to follow. Bitcoin's just lagging now. It's just going to be heaps of sell pressure here. People loading up the shorts, not being aware of what's going on. Look at that. It's insanity. Look at the gap up. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. Bitcoin's just bull flagging. So I closed the Solana trade. Well, obviously it hit 10k, so I'm stoked with that. But it's just pretty much breaking above the channel. So yeah, I'm expecting Bitcoin prices to go a fair bit higher right now. Look at this. Alright, so there's range highs. We've got the missus is home. The missus is home making a racket. That's why we love her. Look, this expected to go higher. Alright, it's going to be not long until it breaks underneath 113. to make this a fake out. Okay, so if this, his style doesn't have time, it doesn't have long, it's the daily chart. So it's the longer it stays here, the higher chance it is of continuing higher. It's not long until it breaks down if it's going to be a fake out. So keep an eye on that. But look, hey, look, that's pretty bullish bull flag pattern. Sorry, bull flag, not bear flag, bull flag. All right, so bullish price action. What else on Bitcoin? Just wait. You're just waiting. It's just a typical diagonal channel trend line breakout. It's going to attempt to make a high. So there's a high. Look at this. Ready? Zoom in. Sorry, 12-hour time frame. You can see them a bit better. So you got a low, you got a high, you got a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. All right, that's where the trend changes. That's where it usually changes, on a higher low. For in a downtrend, that's where it usually puts in a higher low, and the higher the low, the more bullish it is. So if it was like, standard is to like wick below it and then put in a low like just above it. But this is like extra bullish shit. So now trends changed, higher low, higher high. And it's looking at this resistance right here. So this is why it's sort of getting stuck here. A lot of sellers will be coming in trying to top time. And so this is basically, right now is where it sort of proves itself. So a very interesting time. If you're bullish, this is a good time to long. It's a good time to long. And vice versa. So it's a good time to put on trades, okay? Because if this explodes higher, then you'll look back at this being, I wish I put it long on right here. And if it doesn't go higher, then this is going to be a local top. So it's more or less like the optimum position to open each direction. And this happens every now and then on breakouts, typically speaking. So I'm just going to share this in the blockchain bulls. Where are we? Yo. Live now, motherfuckers. Alright, what else have we got? Let's talk ETH. Let's have a little look. Oof. It looks a bit heavy. This is a daily chart as well. Holy. So just channeling. Ranging. Okay, we gave two possibilities on ETH last time we talked about it. It's either look at that. Look at that. Fucking spot on. So you get two options, and it was this. It was too bullish. Now it's trying to range up here. It's looking a bit toppy, Bit of the three witches sort of tagging up here. It's not the best risk to reward ratio to enter an Ethereum trade at the moment. Anything under 4K is good. You just think about where the stop losses are going to be, right? When people are, so this is a daily chart, one candle equals 1 day. So everybody's longing and everybody's shorting throughout this whole entire day. And where are they putting their stop losses? There'd be so many stop losses under here. There'd be hundreds of stop losses under here. I mean, hundreds of thousands, I reckon. And then there'd be some under here and under here. And then the golden area of liquidity is to come down into this knot, this technical analysis knot. So anywhere in the high threes is very good longing in consideration of an uptrend, and very possible to happen. But, when we look at the American stock market, man, shit can just, especially got rate cuts coming in, and there's opportunities galore at the minute. I'm not longing something that looks like that, though. Let's just put it like this. Solana, look at this. There's a reason why I closed the trade, okay? If you've been following the streams, 242 was my target. This red line's been here for a fucking long time. This red line has been here since we opened the trade, literally. That was the plan, okay? We entered here, right here. I've shown it before. You can see it on the streams. I pulled the actual trade up. We entered here, entered more here. Closed a bit off here, just de-risked a little bit because that looked pretty sketchy, but held, and look, rode it higher to our target of 242, and that's how you turn 500 into 10,000, because you have conviction. When you're longing, when you're longing, you want to see good opportunities during strength. So liquidation events during strength, like when the price is like strong, but then like hits its knee on the side of the kitchen table, drops fast, liquidates everybody right then and there. That's when you bang. You're like, oh, this is still a strong coin. Nothing's changed fundamentally. Bang, just snap straight onto it. Just grab a hold of the bastard, and then ride it to the next high, or even to equal highs. It's all just, everything's just about entry. Everything is about entry. If you're trading with leverage, anything over 3x, everything is entry based. Like, let's see, for example, it comes down to here. Right. This is sort of where I'm expecting it to come down to if it continues the way it is, unless, like I said, the whole market just gets fully jacked up due to the American stock market and global conditions. But if it comes down here, right, let's just say you're long here, okay? It's going to make it's going to go for another high, and it could either be a higher high or it can be a lower high. And you're still going to make gains. Like, you just obviously enter, and then it starts going up, and then you bring the stop loss to entry point, and then you can take some here, and then you can let some run, and then you can hold, and it's just like all entry. If you enter here, then you're just praying that it does that, but it could 50-50 go like that. Most likely will go like that if you're entering. So that's what I'm saying. Entries are everything. What else we got? We got Sui. What's Sui look like? This is a 4-hour chart, okay. Oh shit. Bit messy, but hey, this is the workbench. Zooming out. Oh yeah. See, that's curling up. See how it's we know trend lines are dynamic, not static, so don't feel guilty about moving them and adjusting them to slightly different price actions. Oh man, that's not a bad. See, this is more of a better area to try and long. It's trying to put in a higher low. Wow. Sui, I got a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth about Sui. I like it, but it's just like, I feel like it's just not there yet. It hasn't done that full cycle. Hasn't done its full hype cycle yet. Like Solana's still got, everyone's just still high off the Ethereum, and then there's room for the Solana, and then Sui, I think it will have its moment, but I mean, that was a lot of pain. Look at this. Top to bottom. Holy shit. 68%, yeah, true. Well, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's fucking terrible. That's hitting anybody with leverage. Wow. Interesting. Look, we're having a look. We're looking here. We're looking closely. We want to fit 80 to 90% of all price action in this trend. That's a fake out. No, it's a failed breakout attempt, just like that was, just like this was. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't long yet. You could see a bottom, but what you want to see with the bottom is more like this. Big long wicks, rejection, closes higher. Again, hey, look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying right now. This is what I'm saying right now is there are great attempts, great opportunities to long on Bitcoin right now, because that's the forefront. The altcoins are waiting at an awkward level. Longing and shorting Bitcoin is good right now because it's got the best of both, like we talked about. These altcoins, mostly the main ones that we've looked at. Yeah, see, look, Watch, look at this. This is XRP. Look, this is when we entered. Look, we entered right here. Drew this, boom. Oh, it's just sort of like that's an ugly. I mean, you know, that can bottom. That can easily be a bottom. But it just had this overextension, and usually there's just a little bit more pain than what we're getting right now. Come back into this liquidity area. Oh, I'd like to see, you know, I'd like to see lows like this. Puts, and then you just chuck this over it. You know, this is the sort of the standard behavior. You chuck that over that. That captures that. This captures this. You basically, yeah, something like that. You want to see longs. Yeah, yeah, it's risky. This is risky, actually. The more I look at it. Oh, it's like an ugly ass. Look at that. It's trying to bottom, but it's fucking ugly as hell. I'm not convinced. I'm actually not convinced yet. But it can happen. I've seen it happen before, but it's low. I'd say right now everything is trying to bottom, but I would give the probability 30%. Next low, 60%. Low after that, 90%. That's where I'm at. So, opportunities there. Would I short it? No. Here. So, it comes up here, has a big wick up here, and then closes below this. That's when I short it. Right here. Boom. Right there. That's where you're shorting it. Yeah. See, the thing that's skewing me is this. What the fuck, man? When do you see that? When do you see a 1% gap in the ES? It's nuts, bro. Not even all the way back here, probably. Wow, like here. At the start of something huge. Holy fuck, it's a good time to hold assets, man. Whoa. Yeah, so I mean, this thing could just skull drag everything right in its tracks right now. So that's something to keep in mind. The American stock market, S&P 500, just leaping, literally leaping. And you know, we talk about trends all the time. It's just trends. They go like this. So trends, they're this. They increase their pitch, start a new angle, and then finish in a parabola. Okay, top, go for a lower high, higher high, or equal high. Make a range. And then start scraping off, come down, make a low that's lower than the previous low up here, like that, start a flag, trend down, and then range. It's just fucking basic maths, bruh. Geometry. Alright, yeah, see, we'll be back here tomorrow, having a look, but yeah, I'm getting heaps of blue bar triggers. Oh shit, that does not look good. Oh shit. Oh no. Blue barring off the top of the range on a failed attempt of a high, on a breakdown of a fucking channel since April. Fuck. Whew. Okay. That worries me when you start seeing decent sized coins like Bitcoin Cash doing that sort of shit. Let's have a look at a few more real quick before I go. Oh god, oh no. See these blue bars, man. You want it to be blue barring when it's doing that. You want the blue bars to be there, not there, which is what that is basically. Blue barring on the way down, not blue barring on the way up. Oh, blue bars, head fake, expansion begins, down. Wow, these are some of these shit. Ooh, some of these shit coins are copping it. Ooh. Radix, I think it is. Dash. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Alright, this is getting me bearish as. Oh, it's all the shittest coins too. Fuck. Blue bar. Oh. Aave. Oh, bro. Oh, daily blue bars. Huge move coming in Aave. Oh, man. Fuck. Fuck, what the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, I'm starting to get pretty bearish looking at this shit. This looks like a full breakdown. I might chuck a couple of schizo shorts on actually. Just low cost, high leverage. Wow, this has just been 20 minutes of just full circle from bullish to bearish. All right, I'm gonna I'll chuck a short on. And I'll post it in the blockchain bulls. Take it easy. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye. Ta-ta.